This is an update to my first video. This video is about Officer Spring. I was not going to make this video, didn't think I had to, until I got the public records request back in. There's a lot here, and it gets kind of funny. So let's go ahead and catch up on what the first video was about first. Then we'll go ahead and get into Mr. Spring. The link to the original video will be in the description if you wanted to go back and see what the first video was about and all the information.
She's got my body cams on the way too.
No, you guys sit down past my fucking 7-year-old son again, hauling ass past the speed limit, we're gonna have a serious fucking problem. That wasn't us.
So there's a Mustang right here. There's a Mustang and a dirt bike.
No, that's so hard.
Are you guys right here?
No.
Where are you?
Fucking.
Show up.
You got a fucking gun, man?
Bullshit. You have a gun?
Is that a fucking BB gun, or is that a fucking real gun, dude?
He doesn't have
It
a
ain't
gun.
fucking on him. It's
Stay
in
the
his
fuck
fucking
with
driver's
me.
seat right there, dude.
Go. Drive.
What happened?
Okay? You guys are in the same exact spot that they were.
Wednesday, May 8, 2024, 19:41 and 43 seconds.
911, what's the location of the emergency?
Yeah, we're on Nettleton and Crown. There is a gun. There is a gun. Yep.
Nettleton and Crown?
Yep. Yep.
Is your phone number?
Correct.
Who has the gun?
Hold
Sir,
on,
who has
I'm
the gun?
trying to get a picture of the license plate number real quick.
Sir, who has the gun?
Okay, I'm still here. Sorry.
Who has the gun?
This kid in front of me in a white Chevy
Is he
Tahoe.
threatening you with it?
He just pulled it out of his pants and cocked it.
All right, I'm getting you on the line with the police dispatch. When they come on, I'll speak first. Police emergency. It's going to be 9634. Callers of the police department, what are you reporting?
An issue in my neighborhood.
Wednesday, May 8, 2024, 19:42 and 35 seconds.
Well, I live here, so I'm trying to get to the, so
Are
this,
you right here?
This is my house, yes.
You're right there, yellow.
Yeah, that's
Right?
my house.
Okay. This house we had a problem with about maybe 6 months back. Okay. They were doing the same damn thing up and down
I
here.
understand.
Okay.
I understand what
We
you're
didn't see who you were when we walked up.
Okay. And I'm not trying to start problems with anybody, okay? And
Cool your jets, man. We're good.
go,
Dude.
keep going.
We're good.
No, wait for
He is recording.
There was
He was not afraid to admit
many.
that.
In any case, we're in public.
I know.
You know, like Cats v. United States.
Said they have a statement to make to you as well. They saw him out here last night with multiple firearms, speeding in the middle of the night. These neighbors said they witnessed it and they would like to make a statement or report about it with you as well. I called because this guy was getting up in my face trying to get physical, you know. This guy with the earrings here, and then his
I'll be making
his
a
buddy
report.
had a pistol. So
Will you mind standing over there, man?
he's my neighbor. He's with me.
Will you go over there for a second? I want to talk with him.
Like I said, I wasn't going to make this video. I didn't think I had to, until I got the public records back. Let's go ahead and look at this. This is a comment that was posted by NN Yako on YouTube to my first video. It says, "LOL, why are you so hostile to the cops?" I responded, I was assertive. They have no right to obtain ID. A 9-year-old child even knows that. Nor try to lead a narrative that does not exist. I did not appreciate the condescending tone of the first officer that was primarily speaking to my neighbor. And hostile is not the word. With a little smiley face. Come park next to me so I can eat my burrito and not get shot. Juan is already there. Did Juan make your burrito, Spring? Better be a good burrito. At least to get shot over. I have no problem with an officer sharing a narrative of any kind, especially when it's factual and it makes sense. As you can see from this narrative here, Officer Spring was not the most foregoing with truthful information. He ended up stating that, yes, there was a call for a firearm, as we heard earlier, that there was a suspect that pulled it out, that may have brandished it, given his limited information. He was given the information about who he was and his description. And you can see that throughout this entire narrative it was fine. However, once I got down to the second to last paragraph here, I my brain kind of kinked up a little bit. I felt several emotions. One, these paragraphs are only here because somebody, Mr. Spring, got a little butthurt. There's no reason that this should even be in the narrative. It states, "It should be noted that when at first speaking with Cruz, he was upset at my request to step away from his friend and stated things such as, 'You're going to piss me off,' and that I was being ridiculous by asking him to do this simple request." Let's look at the video really quick. Let's see if that actually happened.
Thank you. Will you give me some space so I can individually interview people?
He is with me.
I realize that, but if we're going to go the crime route, I want to individually interview people.
What difference does it make?
Because everyone's an independent witness.
Okay, so we were all together. We are a collective.
So
We have the
everyone's an
same
individual
story.
Witness. So if you can
Okay.
go over there, I'll talk to you.
It's fine. No, you can talk to us together.
That's not how this works.
Well, that's what I'm telling you.
I'm telling you right now, that's not how I'm going to operate.
So as we just saw, Cruz never said that. That is a false narrative placed into this report by Mr. Spring's, recollection, as he says, from his memory. As you can see, it says, "It should be noted, I asked one unknown male," that'd be me, "to step away from me and Cruz as I spoke with him so I could interview Cruz individually to compile an individual statement and so statements were not mixed or influenced. I did this as it is a common behavior and practice while speaking with people who want to report a crime." I will give you that Spring. That is common practice, even in the judicial system. When they're looking at testimony, the defense may be able to pick that apart and say, well, there was some kind of collusion here, there was some kind of collaboration, or there was a mixing of testimony from individuals. I'll give you that, 100%. This unknown male didn't appreciate my request and yelled back at me, "Houston versus Hill," and then began stating, 10 feet. It should be noted, this unknown male was walking around stating case law and wearing a body-worn camera on his person through this incident. Honestly, when I read this is exactly what went through my head. This cartoonish figure of some guy randomly walking around screaming about case law in this Looney Tunes situation. He goes on to state, "It appeared this unknown male was attempting to provoke or instigate a negative law enforcement response." Why don't we go and look at all of the de-escalation I did during this entire situation and my exact response when I saw that police were coming.
Your neighborhood
Who's the
where you
Mustang?
live.
You know the
There's
Mustang?
kids.
I drive that Jetta back there. I don't know.
Okay, so the dirt bike,
There was no dirt
and the
bike.
crotch rocket
There
that
was
were
no
out here.
dirt bike or
Okay?
crotch rocket.
It was right here,
It's
in this
none of
spot.
this.
It's been for about 3 hours. Hey, we ain't going to blows. Don't worry.
Okay, well, they're not here, sir.
Cool.
Whatever you're talking about, it's done with. I'm sorry.
Stop.
We're done.
Fucking
Show up.
Guys,
Show up.
stop. You have
better
a kid
stop.
right there, dude.
Show
Come
up.
on.
I need you guys to leave.
Please stop.
I need you guys to leave.
He's pressing us an issue that because he swears we were
Please
speeding
leave.
up and down the road.
None of us are speeding.
You got a fucking gun, man?
Bullshit. You have a gun?
You got a fucking gat, dude? I just fucking got you on camera cocking a fucking gat, dude.
And I heard
Is that a fucking BB
No,
gun
it is a
or
BB
is that a fucking real gun, dude?
That's literally how the car is.
And I get that. And I was explaining that to my 9-year-old right here, by the way.
It's so funny.
I was explaining it to him. Just because a car's loud doesn't mean it's going fast. Okay? Right after I explained that to him, and he was saying, they're speeding. You need to call the cops. I said, just because a car is loud does not mean it's going fast. I'm not calling the cops on a car being loud. You know, like
I understand.
We do what we have to do.
I understand why you guys are mad. I would be pissed if it was my kid too.
They're just trying to play.
I know. And I work in childcare. I would have been pissed if that was my kid.
And
I understand why y'all came down here and you guys tried to start it respectfully, and then the people jumped on us.
Accountable that started this whole thing.
Individually interview people.
Excuse
you
me?
Want to hold the gentleman accountable that took off apparently with the gun?
Yeah.
There's nothing. There is nothing.
Okay. Did he threaten anybody?
He did.
There was a confrontation, just because egos collided. That's all it was.
So
now.
What does that mean?
Egos collided.
So did he threaten anybody?
No.
Was he threatened? Is that why he pulled his gun?
No. He. I wouldn't even say he brandished it. He did not pull it out to pull it at somebody or point it at somebody or do anything. He pulled it out from the back of his waistband. He cocked it, ejected whatever round was in the head, threw it into his driver's seat, slammed his door, walked back, had a couple more words, went back into his seat.
So nobody got threatened? Did anybody touch each other?
Nobody touched each other,
So
other
like
than
he
back off, back off.
Disarmed himself in case you guys.
100%. He disarmed himself. He put his firearm, whether it was a BB gun or a actual firearm, and I don't know that.
Well, you said he ejected something. Was it?
He ejected something. He pulled the rack back.
Okay.
But I didn't see anything pop out.
To me, it sounds like he was being an adult and was going to handle it the way he thought you guys wanted to handle it.
Exactly. And he de-escalated the situation. And it was fantastic, and it was great.
He thought they wanted to fight, so he took his gun, you have every right to be unloaded it, threw it in his car to fight them. And then
there was no fight. There was no fight. Hey.
So was the racer just not involved, or just was there someone recklessly driving?
The racer guy lives here.
So.
And they came to tell him to stop driving crazy.
Craig.
Thought they wanted to fight.
Badge number?
1357.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm Ryan. A dirt bike about 45 miles an hour, and I was watching from my property, came up and almost slammed into it.
Like an off-road dirt bike, motorcycle?
Yeah, and the big wheels, nice shocks, like a big dirt bike. And he came up there and just like zipped through. Almost took him off his feet, and I got mad. I immediately texted him, said, hey, we got to take care of this. So from what these people here are saying is that the people we were experiencing earlier with the dirt bikes is not the same people that they are. Because they only had vehicles when we walked up here. Because it was a situation.
These are the other people.
Yes, so I believe that these people are a different group from the other people that were here earlier.
That are just now wrapped up in it just by happenstance.
Exactly.
Okay. Or in our dispatch we just get out information quick, so all we hear is a guy pulled a gun on somebody and driving recklessly.
Well, yeah, of course.
So we're hustling to get down here.
Of course.
Well, at least as long
Yeah.
as all things are copacetic and good to go.
Now we've seen that I was not trying to provoke or instigate a negative response from law enforcement. This wasn't, some tactical plan to bring Mr. Spring out to, get him angry or upset in any way, shape, or form. This was literally a, organic situation that just happened, and there happened to be a phone call, and I'm just glad that I was recording during this. Let's move on with the rest of his narrative here. Also, during this incident, a small child, my son, which is why I felt the need to make this video. You can say whatever you want about me, Officer Spring, but don't talk about my child, especially when he knows more than you do. Also, during this incident, a small child walked over to Cruz and stated, "Don't give your info." The unknown male continued to state that no one there needed to give their information to law enforcement. Cruz became more cooperative and ignored the advice from the small child. Let's go ahead and revisit that again. I don't think you're completely correct in that situation. This is why we don't take narratives at their word. This is why Brady lists exist. This is why law enforcement should never be held at a standard in which they are believed to have more legitimacy in court than any other person. Because you can see right here through this video and this narrative that it doesn't align, it doesn't match up. At one point, Cruz referenced the unknown male as Brian. Okay, I can give you that one. It's close enough. My name's Ryan, but whatever. I even told that to both your colleagues that were on scene.
Even if you guys are going to say the exact same thing you talked about beforehand, if we...
Don't give him your personal info.
Hey, no, Fourth Amendment, man. Dude, are you filing charges?
If it comes down to it, yeah.
We don't have to.
Because if this doesn't,
We don't have to. It wasn't that big of a deal. We have the report on file.
Well, there's not gonna
And
be a report. If you don't want a report, there's not going to be one. He wants a report.
if we don't want to file charges,
Right.
then there won't be information attached to the report. You have a C.A.D number, correct?
Man, he knows my job better than I do.
Here's a call.
So the C.A.D number, the call for service, is going to have an incident report number attached to it. And I want that case number attached to this. So he can have it, so he can say, I reported this.
Yeah, because this has been an ongoing issue.
He doesn't have to identify himself to do that, though.
I don't know if it's a... Okay, let's just stop.
I'm so confused.
I'm going to tell you right now.
What's going on?
I don't know who lived here before. I don't know if it's the same people or not.
You guys wearing a body camera. I have no idea what's going on. Keep talking.
Okay.
So as you see, nothing is different. Nothing changes. Just because your words say that this is what happened, it doesn't really mean that this is exactly what happened, Officer Spring. I mean, like, let's start talking real. Let's start writing our narratives properly. I understand that you are only going off of your recollection, your memory. I completely understand that. But your condescending behavior, your condescending attitude, and the way that you speak to people trying to control a scene in which I had told you and your colleagues that I had everything on recording, that I had everything on video. Yet you never asked me for any of my videos, any of my recordings. You never asked me for the proof. So instead, you went off of what you assumed the word of everybody else was, and then continued to go on saying, after this I went over to the neighbors that were supposedly causing these issues and advised them to stop. Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. Further down, it says, at this time, this report is informational only. For further information, see other reports. Well, let's go ahead and see the other reports, because there's just watch the video. Not, here's what I believe happened, or here's how I twisted these things because my ego was hurt. So let's go ahead and look at those now. Let's take a look at Officer Mitchell's narrative. Here, he states, I contacted the male involved. The male refused to identify himself. Left it at that. He and another male went to confront the residents at so-and-so about speeding vehicles, and argument started. One male from so-and-so and another male tried to break it up. The male that tried to break up the argument pulled out a gun, unloaded it, threw it into his vehicle. The male then went back to the argument. The male never pointed or threatened anyone with the gun. Amazing. Good narrative. That was fantastic. That's exactly what shows in the video. Almost, but that's okay. Above is a synopsis of the incident as recalled by memory. It has been condensed to the ease of the reader and may not be in chronological order. For full details, refer to my body-worn camera video. An objective record. He started it when he came to the scene, ended it after he left the scene. Perfect. That is fantastic. Objective record. He's not trying to place a bunch of nonsense and BS into the record here. He is simply saying, this is why I was here, this is what happened, this is what I was told, here is the video to show you exactly what happened. Perfect, Officer Mitchell. perfect. So as you can see, a false narrative is easy to create. Some officers believe that they can write from recollection or memory, huge quotes, that a certain situation happened that didn't happen. They can do an improper investigation and it will be upheld in court. I hope that showing this information will give you an understanding. We don't have to take one person's side on every story. We not only need a personal narrative, but an objective narrative of all situations. There will be one more video, an update. Like, share, subscribe, hit that bell thing that they do, and you'll be notified of the third video that I upload about this. Spring, you're not off the hook. Even though the third video will not be about you, in any way, shape, or form, other than you being involved, I'm going to make a little bit of a series about you. I'm going to pull your jacket, and we'll see what's going on with you. Alright. Next time, we're going to figure out what happened to this dumb kid, Jin Ramen, Blasian, next time. See you later.
That's